Okay, so that was in the last segment I was telling you that I was able to touch her 3 times on the net. And that was a very emotional moment for me because it was probably the biggest breakthrough for this little horse in her life. To allow somebody to enter into her space. Now she's had people enter her space, but it wasn't because she wanted them to. And so that's why it was a difficult thing to be able to do anything with her. Once I did that, able to touch her, then the real training started. So then I was able to start putting her in the round pen and start moving her around a little bit. She wasn't too crazy about lunging, but she did pretty good. She did very good. Very smart horse, very intelligent, and so things started to work out pretty good. The thing is, I still couldn't pick her feet up. There was a lot of things that I just could not do for her at the time. Now, about April, I'd been working with these guys for about 9 months at the time. We moved from where we were originally at down to here, down to the ranch. And this is where I really have had a lot of breakthroughs with a lot of different horses. With Joe, and with Annie, and the Wild Bunch, and Dolly. But still, with this one, she was going to make it tough for me. But that's okay, because I really started to develop a nice bond with her, myself anyway. Even though maybe it might not have been her with me, but me with her. That is coming, and it is in the works still, and it's getting stronger every day. So we are at the point where I've got her out here and got her in the round pen, and we can do some lunging, and I can catch her. She'd have this thing about it was a game for her, which was okay. I didn't mind it because I knew eventually that I was going to get her. And I used it as what we call catch me if you can game. And I would have her in the paddock, and I would have the halter in my hand and the lead line, and I would approach her and she would lead. But she only had a small area, so she couldn't go too far. She'd play this game for about 5 minutes or so, and then she'd stop, and then she'd let me put it on her. Now, she comes up to the gate and she meets me, get the halter on her, and we go about. So for a little while I had left the halter on her, but now I don't have to anymore. Because now I can get it on her, off her, anytime I want to. In the confidence boosters 1 and 2, I had showed you things that I had done with her with the carrot stick and stuff like that. The first one was basically just actually being able, big old mosquito, being able to move around her body confidently. And remember, in the first one, she moved around a lot. But in the second one, she actually did a lot better. And that was without having the lead line on her. So now you can see how much more confident she is in herself. But along with that confidence is trust too. So having to get that respect from her first and getting that trust were the 2 main ingredients that I needed to get from her, and it took the longest to get it from her than any other horse that I ever dealt with. So I'm really pretty proud of her. We still have a lot of things to do. The nice thing is that she's willing and she's learning. But the bad thing is that I haven't had the time that I really wanted to put into her. So I'm hoping that once we get through this rainy season here and we get into the cooler months, that I'm going to have more time to spend with her and get a lot of things going. My goal is to be up on her back by the end of this year, or at least in the very early months of next year. Now, brushing her down, moving around her, getting the halter on her, on and off, lunging her, that's all good. But now we have to to move on. And there was also a point in time that I've only been able to start doing her feet in probably about the last 6 months, all the way around. You know, having trouble picking her feet up and stuff like that. Never mind just, you know, trying to trim them. I just had problems trying to pick her feet up. But now she's moved on. She's doing pretty good. But notice that whenever I make my approach to her, I always touch her on the neck. This way she knows what my intentions are. And if she wants to back away, that's fine. I want her to get herself comfortable and set up for success so I can do what I need to do. That's what I... Is Okay, one more foot. So the things that we kind of take for granted that we do every day with our horses, I can't take for granted with her. Because this is something that she still has to deal with. You can see the look on her face. So she's still, you know, like, well, if I have to do this, I don't want her to be a have-to horse. I want her to be a want-to horse. And this is where not being able to work her as much as I would like to this past summer, walk up, has hurt. So, like I said, hopefully when we start getting this weather to being a little more nicer without all this rain. We've been averaging, the last couple of weeks, we've been averaging almost an inch of rain a day out here. So that kind of puts a damper in, and I'm definitely not going to be doing anything, you know, during thunder and lightning. So, you know, that's just too risky to do. But all these things that I'm doing, like on this side here, I couldn't do this side for a long time. I could do the on side, but she wouldn't let me do the off side. So, but now, here I am, doing what I gotta do, right here. Get this tail going. Very nice. And move back over on this side. So this is Wendy's story. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope I didn't, you know, bore you. Not the best of speakers, but I just want people to know about this little horse, how important she is to me, and hopefully I'm just as important to her. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll keep you in tune. Take care.